How's it going, YouTube? Leo from Australia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Minecraft, and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild map that has been recreated into Minecraft. And I knew that I eventually would get back into recording at least another video to explore the other areas that I wanted to check out in terms of this map, because we checked out Zora's Domain, we checked out Kakariko Village here. I can't remember what other locations we've checked out and visited, but I definitely know that there is still a lot more that we need to check out and explore in terms of this map, because obviously I was absolutely amazed and still amazed of how well this map has been done. Like, honestly, like, it has just been like, it's incredible. Like, there's no other way of putting it. It is absolutely incredible. Now, I'm going to try my absolute best, especially considering the last episode of the amount of times that I have crashed my game, messing around and changing with the settings and all that sort of thing, and all that sort of stuff, really. I'm going to try not do that as much this time around, and I'm going to try and keep to using one shaded pack, which is using solders, because solders while the other resource packs are awesome, and they're pretty good resource packs, I'm going to stick with solders because, to me, it's kind of my personal favorite. And I kind of feel like it's sort of, especially when you're looking at the lighting and whatnot, I kind of feel like that sort of suits Breath of the Wild a little bit more. Unless, well, in saying that, let's see, what else was it? I think it was BSL was pretty good. It was BSL, yeah. BSL was definitely a much more closer shaded lighting in terms of, well, it sort of suits Breath of the Wild a little bit more in my honest opinion, and I think this complimentary reimagined maybe also. It's a little bit of an up there mix in my opinion, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of moving on, I will stick with using solders as my shaders pack in terms of, you know, keeping the atmospheric lighting involved. But let us explore further. Alright, so if we start from here, because this is where the Great Fairy, one of the Great Fairy location is. So if we start from here, and then move towards, let's see, so if I can get my bearings right. Okay, so if I start from here, I know where that is exactly. So I need to roughly go this direction, and we'll hopefully reach, I can't remember how you pronounce it. I know it starts with H, but it basically becomes the town where Zelda and Link resides moments after the end of Breath of the Wild and leading into Tears of the Kingdom. So we'll head straight this way, and we'll see if my direction math is accurate. Oh, that's right. Let's see. Yeah, those are all, every single one of them are the Guardians. Wow. Basically, the Guardian graveyard, excuse me. the Guardian graveyard. Try and say that 3 times fast. Like, before, like, looking at the flashback, and I'm not going to say much for spoiler's sake, but having no idea of what actually happened until you actually see that flashback, it has such a different feeling once when you sort of realized, hang on a minute, this sort of happened, and, okay, hang on, let's see. Basically, I have to follow this path, actually. All I have to do is really follow this path back here. And the game is having a hard time loading, I know that for sure. Because if my instincts is correct, and I'm going to switch the... no, I won't switch the time just yet. Okay, where is it? So right here. So basically, if I continue following this path, then I can end up at the town. Alright, and here we are. Actually, waiting it out until nighttime has actually helped out really well. Here we are. How do you pronounce the name of the town? Let me quickly search that up. Let's see. Is it Hateno? Is that how you pronounce it? Hateno Village? How do you pronounce that? It's either Hateno or Hateno. It's one of the two pronunciations, but that's pretty much where we are now. This is Hateno Village, I believe. I believe that is correct. I'm hoping that I'm right on that. So, if I remember correctly, so what's this? East Wind General Goods. Yes, okay, now I remember where we are. Yeah, clothing boutique. So, if I remember correctly, if we go this way... So, you have a couple of houses here, but it's over here. This basically becomes the house... Zelda's house, yeah. So this is basically the house that Link and Zelda end up staying at. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, not a bad job at all. Obviously, of course, you got all these bits here where you can place numerous weapons and shields or bows. You got the upstairs bit. I'm curious, is there an underground bit or is that not added into this? Because... oh, there's actually one spot I do need to check out in a minute. So you've got this bit here. Yeah, I don't think... yeah, okay. Because I definitely know there's an underpass area, but I think that was added into into Tears of the Kingdom, excuse me. So I don't think that bit is there. Oh, hello, Matt. But, there you are. There is also this guy over here. I don't know what that sound was. Oh, it's the water must be massive enough to have dolphins in. That's a bit funny. Okay, but that is the... I think that's the devil statue that you can encounter in... where you can basically, in an exchange, you can basically return a heart or a stamina gauge thing, and you can basically swap it around and whatnot. I do remember that. I do remember that. So, okay, so we're over here. I'm trying to think of what other locations I would like to see. I do need to visit Gerudo Desert. I do need to visit Death Mountain and Goron City. Castle Town and the castle we'll also visit. I think we'll do that later. But I definitely know that our next stop is going to be especially Death Mountain or Goron City. So we'll head straight there. But it's probably going to take a bit, especially with this map to load up pretty slowly. So hopefully we won't cause too much issues. But away we go. Okay, so I definitely know that we've been past here a few times. That's right, we've definitely checked out one of the giant bokoblins. I can't remember what they're actually called, but I know that we've definitely saw those. Okay, so the bones bit. Bone tower, I remembered that bit. Yeah, okay. So here's the path. So I believe... go along here. This would lead us to Death Mountain, I think. Oh, I remember. Oh, yep, no, I know where we are now. Okay, easy. All right, so we just easily just go along here. And this will lead us straight to Death Mountain. And voila! Death Mountain. That is actually really impressive. There we go. Ooh, look at that. And I've reduced the chunks down to 16, and that's definitely helped out a lot. So that will definitely make things a lot more easier, or at least work well in terms of getting into the other areas without having too much issue. But look at that. Like, it makes me excited for the vibrant lighting that Mojang will eventually enter, not just in Bedrock first and then Java. I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll see a lot more of that sort of stuff later. So I believe if we follow this path, this should lead us into Goron Town, I believe. I'm hoping, right? At least anyway. Alright, so you've got the springs here. Oh, maybe, actually. Good thing the springs are there, because I now know where to go. Aha! Here we go. Oh, look at that! Wow. So that is, I believe it's Darunia? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Because they definitely did make a statue for Darunia. Wow, that's actually impressive. Like, that's... Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. Trying to sort of recreate a character's face in Minecraft is not an easy feat. And again, what's the name of... Who's the guy's name? Because it's been a while since I've recorded a video off of this map. I need to remember who this guy is. So let me quickly search it up. Grazzy. Okay, so Grazzy... and obviously there's probably a few others that helped him out. But obviously Grazzy did a fantastic job of, like... Not just, like... completely Minecrafting a statue of Darunia and many others like this. Because obviously some works and there are compromises that need to be made because we're dealing with blocks here. But again, being able to recreate something like this into Minecraft is such an incredible achievement, an incredible feat to do. And I'm impressed. Like, this is definitely impressive. And I'm assuming, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm assuming that there probably is a resource or texture pack that sort of gives this a bit more of a Zelda feel. I'm not 100% certain on that, but that is perfectly fine. But again, Grazzy and the group of people that helped him out with this did a fantastic job. And again, like with the last episode, I'll put a link in the description to the website where you can download this map, both available for Java and for Bedrock. So make sure you check that out and explore this yourself. If you have any resource packs or any texture packs or any resource packs or shaders that works well, yeah, have a look and see if it works well with this map because it looks awesome. It definitely looks awesome. All right, let's have a look in here. So this is, I think this is the chieftain's house. Yeah, I believe this is the chieftain's house. The Legend of Gorondia, the Lost World. A long time ago, the Gorons built a civilization underground. This civilization was known as Gorondia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. But one day, a horde of monsters attacked the Gorons and forced them to the surface. The Gorons, it turns out, did not mind this. The surface ended up being way chiller than the caves. But many treasures were left behind. Gold, rare ingredients, and unusual monsters are said to exist to this day in Gorondia. But where is it? This question has troubled archaeologists for millennia. One theory proposes that volcanic fuses, I believe that's how you pronounce it, could open a way to the caves. A possible weak spot in these fuses is to happen is the northmost tip of the Great Lava Lake. Scientists are hopeful that a strong eruption could trigger an opening. It's just a matter of time before one lucky adventurer finds it. Yes, yes. So I do believe this is the chieftain's. Yeah, I think this is the chieftain's house right here. So, if I'm not mistaken, if I go up to the statue's hand, if we go towards this way, this should lead us to the Lost Woods. So, hopefully, I'm heading in the right direction. Like, it goes without saying, like, the amount of different types of blocks. Because, let's have a look here. So, we have acacia wood, coarse dirt, packed mud. Okay. So that must be part of a certain update, because I have not encountered that before. Deep slate, and grey concrete powder, along with stripped acacia wood. Okay. So, one of the cool things about Minecraft is the element of... What's the word am I looking for? So, it's the element of... illusion is what the word I'm looking for. It's the element of illusion. And what I mean by that is all of these different bits and pieces of different types of blocks. So again, you have acacia wood, you have coarse dirt, you have packed mud, stripped acacia wood. When you look up close, obviously it is an obvious sort of thing, and it kind of be like, that doesn't necessarily work out right. But when you look from a distance and you had no idea about the numerous blocks, you wouldn't even tell. You couldn't really even tell the difference. And obviously, if you have a certain texture or resource pack that helps change the look of it a little bit better, like, I would still say that that is a definitely good look of Death Mountain. Like, there's no doubt about it. Oh, look at the effects. That's like, what's the word am I looking for? I haven't been to the very deepest part of the latest update in Minecraft yet. I forgot what the name of it is, but... Wow, that actually looks pretty cool. And I like the idea that you obviously have, of course, let's see, so it's white stained, light grey stained, and it's a wool of time, light grey wool. And using that as the very fog effect when you're looking upwards. Because obviously when you're in the Lost Woods in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, the entire area is foggy. And the idea, of course, is that you have to follow a certain path in order to reach the Great Deku Tree. Here we go. And voila. So if you manage to find the right path, you end up getting to the Great Deku Tree. But if you end up getting lost, then you go back to the entrance. You know what? You know, for trying to sort of replicate or to sort of create a Master Sword like this, I mean, I would honestly... I mean, like, I can't really complain because obviously there's no Master Sword weapon that you can place down in the stone in Minecraft altogether, but... this is still pretty good. Like, it's a clever idea. It's more like... it's like that if you took the Yamato from Devil May Cry and put it in a stab slate like this. You got the Master Sword Yamato. That's really what this is. Oh, well. Alright, for the Deku Tree, like this, it's not too bad. I would sort of think that you would kind of maybe expand the nose out a little bit. But again, they probably wanted to try and sort of... I mean, I don't exactly remember what the Deku Tree looked like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It has been a while. But other than that, the blossom trees... the cherry leaves and whatnot, definitely a good touch. Definitely a good touch. It's a good thing that those were added in one of the updates, so... he still looks pretty good. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. He still looks pretty good. Let us go inside the Deku Tree. Chicken. Oh, wow. And the lighting as well. Like, obviously that's because of the shaders, but that's still pretty good. Obviously, they had to go with what they were able to do to make it as closely resemble as inside the Deku Tree, but... what are you doing in there, chicken? Now, I believe if we go out this way and keep going along this path, I believe that will take us... wait a minute. I'm kind of scared to press that button at the moment, but let me just reset the chunk loads. Where does that lead us? Oh, that takes us to the entrance. That's clever. Okay. Because again, if you get lost in the Lost Woods, then you basically end up going back to basically the entrance of the woods itself. So, that's clever. Whoa. What the hell? Oh, wow. That's Calamity Ganon. Holy crap. That is incredible. Wow. Wow, that is impressive. I don't even remember if I stopped by it at the castle in the last episode, but obviously, of course, yes, you have the glossiness from the glass sort of ruining the effect. So let me actually turn shaders off for a minute. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's better. Look at that. So if there wasn't any of that glossiness from the glass, yeah, look at that. That is incredible. Wow. This really makes me want to actually play Breath of the Wild again. And from what I understand is that with the Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild, you basically have a second save file that is added with the upgrade pack, and that's awesome because I don't have to worry about, you know, going back to my old save and starting from all over again. I can re-experience Breath of the Wild in 60 frames per second, and with probably additional textures if they are added. But let's quickly go inside here for a minute. Yep. Ooh, hang on a minute. Let me quickly, Okay, so what I've discovered, because I just went back and forth and turning shaders on. I have to go back to Lost Woods in a minute. But, if you noticed, so if I... Oh, because it's a type... Hang on a minute. That's a grass block. So, depending on what the effects was placed on here, the outside is... It looks like it's corrupted. And if you go all the way down there... Or at least down here. Whee! Oh, wow. You're basically fighting off the, final Ganon. Or at least the second final Ganon bit before the official final battle. That is amazing. Wow. But I was caught off guard with the effects because obviously if because with the shaders off, with the shaders on, excuse me, you don't see this red effect that comes into play. So if I go outside, it goes back to normal light, or normal sky, really. So that's crazy. So I'm going to quickly go back to Lost Woods for a second because I'm kind of curious about something. So. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I didn't notice that there was a change because the shaders don't show the effect when... once when you've entered this sort of... effect. Again, I believe this effect comes from being in the lower part of the underground. Again, I don't remember what the name of it is, but that is pretty cool. I like that. That's probably would have been the same thing with Death Mountain, actually, now thinking on it, but that is perfectly fine. We don't need to worry about that now. While that my frames are struggling a bit. Let's see if we can head over to Gerudo Village. Okay, so I had to save the map and exit out of it. The game did not crash. I want to make that very clear. It did not crash this time. But I had to make sure that I saved and reload the map because... doing that actually helps reset and reload the chunks. I think I know where I'm at. We're going... Yeah, over here. Okay, there it is. There it is. There we go. And then we'll walk our way up. Alright, let's have a look at this. Yeah, so even like this type of blocks that they've used for this particular bit, like, it definitely does match up to the materials or the type of rock that Gerudo Village is based on. Obviously, of course, we have, let's see, so, again, so close up, you have sandstone, and then you have stripped birch wood. But again, when you're far back, it's the illusion that gives it the actual look of it until you're really more close up, where you'd be like, oh, so that's the type of block that they're using. Oh, it's not just birch wood, I don't think. Oh, then you use oak wood as well. So we've got Swallow's Roast, home to the world's famous Gerudo down bed. But again, it's the illusion of, you know, something looks like a particular area, even though that the type of blocks that they're using isn't quite the actual same as what the materials would be or what the stone type would be in the actual game itself. But again, it's absolutely impressive to see. That's the main thing. All right, and here is the area for where for the leader of the Gerudos would be. I mean, that is just amazing. And if we go all the way up here, oh look, there's the Guardian. Oh no, it's not Guardian. Sorry, the Divine Beast. That's it. Oh, I definitely need to check that out. Oh, okay, you got some chickens and you got a parrot up here. What's your name? It's V Meadow. Is that a name of one of the others that helped Grazzy out building this? Because that's pretty cool. A little bit of an Easter egg there. All right. And the Divine Beast. Wow, look at that. That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. Being able to recreate an entire dungeon out of the Divine Beast into Minecraft. Like, obviously, of course, there are 3 others that I hadn't even begin to look at. But this still looks pretty good. Look at that. Yeah, wow. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look at that. Yeah, and say what you will about the Divine Beasts dungeons in Breath of the Wild. I could definitely agree that it's not the most, like, it's not the actual best in terms of, you know, the theme and the style, because they're pretty much the same sort of looking style dungeons throughout the entire game. They obviously did improve the dungeons a little bit with Tears of the Kingdom, but in terms of actually layout and actual, like, you know, exploring around the Divine Beast, there's not bad dungeons at all. They're not the worst. They're not the absolute worst dungeons ever. Okay, so the next stop I want to go to, at least for this video, is to make my way all the way to Gerudo Town. And I'm going to clear the weather, so that way I can see it a little bit better. So what are we looking at here? So we basically just need to keep going the direction I'm heading right now until I get to a snow area or a snow biome. Yep, I'm heading into the right direction, so that's a good sign. Oh, but man, like, I wonder if they actually, like, I would assume that they basically just built the blocks and continuously built upon blocks upon blocks upon blocks, because for one, it makes sense of why that the chunk loads continue to sort of act so weird or funny. Ooh. Oh, that's right. That activates, like, that's part of one of the puzzles, I think, to open up one of the trial dungeons, I think. But like, I don't want to miss any bit of the map here, but like, obviously, of course, everything is all filled up, and I believe that's how it is. Everything is filled up, because if they manage to actually turn something hollow, then that definitely works out well. it reduces the amount of chunk load to getting everything up and running. But I mean, it's saying that it doesn't even seem like that. I mean, it is possible that they have not completely filled everything up, because everything is running pretty smoothly right now. It's only when until you get to, like, say, like the Lost Woods, for example, because there's so much of the glass and the wool and everything like that. That sort of course, has affected the chunk loads, as well as the Calamity Ganon flying around the castle. That definitely has put a lot on the chunk load, but... And... Okay, so I'm trying to remember what name that bit is. I think that's the... I think it's the plaza. I think it's a plaza something. I can't remember, but... Oh, there's another Divine Beast. Aha, here it is. Gerudo Town. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Yeah, they did a fantastic job. Look at that. I like it. I absolutely adore it. Fashion passion. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Oh, they did Hotel Oasis? Okay. So that's where you could sleep. That's pretty cool. And then inside here is the seat. That is pretty cool. I like it. I absolutely like. I've been loving this. Like ever since recording the first video, I've been enjoying this so much. And look at that. And again, obviously there isn't really any blocks that sort of. I mean, I guess if you could use what is it? Is it terracotta? Is that the thing I'm thinking of? Yeah, so if you could technically use terracotta, but the thing about the wooden, whether that be the planks or the actual stripped oak woods or like any sort of the oak woods itself, is that it brings out that color that you're looking for more better than, say, using terracotta. Or like you could probably use like the wet clay, or like whatever the clay stuff is, which is concrete. That's the word I'm looking for. Or concrete powder or stuff like that. There's something good about having this color, because again, it gives the illusion of being the same color that is in the, or the same color of whatever type of rock that it's using. It appears so well when you're viewing from a distance. And again, that's the effect of the illusion when you're from a distance. When you get close enough, or if you're up here, for example, if you're not moving around, there's obviousness. But from a distance, when you're looking at it from this perspective, it's not so obvious as it is. But that is well done. That is absolutely well done. Again, my hat goes off to, of course, Grazzy and his team for really doing an excellent job. And again, I think this took about 3 years to make, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there's a chest here. What's in here? Netting! I guess that's just to... that's just a chest, just a place of where the chest would be on the actual, when you're exploring the dungeon, so... But there you go. Oh, man. Again, I really love this. Like, I absolutely love and adore what I've noticed here. And whether if you use shaders or not to really explore and really find any captureness, captureness is not a word, but to use any sort of shaders or any resource packs that gives it a bit of an extra sort of oomph, I guess you could say, you cannot deny or doubt that what they were able to bring to Minecraft. Obviously, of course, it took a lot of research. And again, my thinking would be is that they would have to go back and forth between in the game, Minecraft, back to the game, back to Minecraft, and to try and sort of get every bit of detail they can get to be as faithful and accurate to the original game itself. And I honestly think they have done a decent enough job of being a complete one-to-one scale of Breath of the Wild in Minecraft. Like, there's no other way of saying it. And here we are, back on the Great Plateau. And back to the Temple of Time. Alright. But this has been an incredible journey and an incredible experience. So, again, Grazzy, and to your team who has worked on this, my hat goes off to you, because this has been absolutely incredible. Can I land on this thing? Yeah! Yes. Okay. But, with that being said, that is where I'm going to leave and end off the episode. So, again, if you want to try and explore this map for yourself, and even check out all of the other bits and pieces that this map has to offer, because I know that you can enter the actual shrines and check out some of the landscape of the shrines. So make sure you check those out if you wish. But the link for this map that is available for both that is available for both Java and Bedrock. The link will be in the description to the website where you can grab this map. But again, Grazzy, and to everyone else who worked on this map, my hat goes off to you again. Absolutely well done. I absolutely love and adore this. Obviously, of course, there were certain bits where my game was struggling a little bit. Obviously, I was messing around with a few settings in the first episode, or first video I did. But still, it is absolutely incredible. And the way that you've managed to sort of really give that feeling, especially exploring with the shaders turned off, exploring around Lost Woods, and especially inside the castle, Hyrule Castle, changing the lighting effect from the outside to red or grey. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, again, link will be in the description if you want to check out the map for yourself, but that's all the time I have. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, then click the like button, click the subscribe button for more videos heading your way. Until then, this has been Let's Play Minecraft. I'm Liam from Laser Australia. Until next time, lay 'em out.